Every Memorial Day weekend, families across America gather to remember the fallen, to celebrate freedom, and to start the summer. But for one family in northern Wisconsin, Memorial Day didn't end with fireworks. It ended in screams. The Hanley family had been going to Memorial Lake every year for a decade. A quiet, private lake nestled deep in the woods. No cell service, no neighbors for miles, and only one dirt road leading in or out. This year, they arrived early, Friday morning, just before the storm rolled in. Emily Hanley, 42, her husband Ben, and their 14-year-old son, Noah. Locals said the lake was haunted, that every Memorial Day, something came back to the water. But the Hanleys didn't believe in ghost stories. As the night fell, thunder rolled over the trees. They roasted marshmallows, laughed, and sang songs to drown out the storm, until Noah pointed toward the lake. "Mom, is someone swimming out there?" Emily called out, but no one answered. The figure didn't move. Then it sank. Ben grabbed a flashlight, ran to the dock, but when he shined it on the lake, there was nothing. The water was perfectly still. The storm worsened that night. They couldn't sleep, but sometime after midnight, Emily woke to a sound outside. The voice was coming from the lake. It sang "My Country, 'Tis of the Slow," broken like a gramophone from another time. She stepped out, rain soaking her hair. The lake shimmered, and she saw the same figure again, now closer to shore. Its face pale, eyes open, mouth moving as if underwater. "Ben, wake up." The next day, they found something across the lake. A small memorial cross, half buried in moss. The engraving was nearly faded, but Emily could still read it. "In memory of the 12 lost. Memorial Day, 1973. She asked the camp manager about it later that day. The man's expression changed immediately. "You shouldn't go near that side of the lake, ma'am. Those soldiers never made it home." He explained that in 1973, a group of veterans drowned during a Memorial Day boat parade when their pontoon mysteriously capsized. Their bodies were never recovered. That night, Noah begged to leave. Emily agreed, but the rain had turned the road into a swamp. They decided to wait until sunrise. Around 3 a.m., they heard it again, the singing. This time it was louder, closer. Ben stepped outside with a flashlight and froze. Dozens of pale faces stared back from the lake. Soldiers, uniforms shredded, eyes hollow. "Get back. Stay away from us." The ghosts dragged themselves out of the water, crawling toward the fire, their metals clinking like wind chimes. One whispered, "You forgot us." They didn't stop driving until dawn. When they looked back, the fog over Memorial Lake looked like smoke from a battlefield. A week later, local rangers found their campsite. Everything was gone, except for the tent, and 12 pairs of muddy footprints leading straight into the lake. Memorial Day in the town of Windermere, Pennsylvania, had always been the same. A parade down Main Street, a barbecue at the firehouse, and silence at the cemetery as names of fallen soldiers were read aloud. But in 1999, something changed. That year, the parade didn't end when it was supposed to. And some people in Windermere never made it home. Daniel Morrow was 18, fresh out of high school. His father, a Vietnam veteran, was leading the parade that year, proud, smiling, wearing his uniform again for the first time in decades. Daniel had planned to record the entire thing, the marching, the speeches, the fireworks. But when he reviewed the footage later, something else had been marching in that parade. Frame by frame, he noticed it, people walking between the veterans and the marching band. But they weren't supposed to be there. Their uniforms were old, torn, dirty, like soldiers from another era. And their faces, completely blank. Who the hell are they? He paused on one frame, a man staring straight into the camera. The name tag on his chest said, Morrow, his father's name. But the man in the footage looked younger, much younger. Around midnight, Daniel got a call. A voice on the other end, static-filled, whispered, "The parade's not over. Come to the cemetery." He thought it was a prank, but something inside him, maybe the same instinct his father had in war, told him to go. The town was deserted. Yet Daniel could hear it, drums. Steady, distant, like a parade that had never stopped marching. He saw them first at the old bridge, soldiers in formation, walking silently. No faces, no sound, but boots hitting pavement in perfect rhythm. He pulled over, got out, and filmed. The moment he raised his camera, the lead soldier turned, the same man from the tape. The same name tag, Moro. The soldiers marched through the gates, rows of headstones gleaming under moonlight. Daniel followed, heart pounding, breath fogging in the cold air. Then the ground began to move. Beneath each headstone, soil shifted. They stood at attention, hundreds of them, men from every war. Civil War, World War I, Korea, all silent, staring at the memorial stage. Roll call begins. Moro, the older Moro, Daniel's father, stepped forward from the ranks. His body was there. His soul wasn't. Dad, it's me, Daniel. His father's lips moved, barely a whisper. We never came home. Then every soldier turned toward Daniel. Hundreds of eyes, hundreds of names never called again. Their boots pounded the ground in unison. The last thing his camera recorded was a line of soldiers marching straight through him, disappearing into the mist. Daniel's car was found the next morning. Doors open, engine still running. The camcorder was on the passenger seat, battery dead. His father's uniform lay neatly folded on the hood. But neither of them were ever seen again. The town still holds the parade every Memorial Day. But every year, locals say they see an extra row of soldiers, marching just out of sync. Some swear one of them carries a camcorder. Memorial Day isn't just about the living who remember. It's about the ones who refuse to be forgotten. So when you stand for the anthem this year, and you hear the faint sound of drums in the distance, make sure they're coming from the parade. If this story gave you chills, don't watch alone next time. Hit like, subscribe, and turn on the bell, because I've got more true American horror coming. Stories that will make you afraid of the holidays you thought were safe.